The hour-long event picks up far into the future, decades after the show's core four have stopped speaking to one another. Stan, now an online whiskey consultant in a relationship with a holographic Alexa, is stunned to receive a phone call from Kyle, who informs his elementary school pal that Kenny McCormick is dead. Like, for real this time. News of Kenny's death affects everyone who knew him, including Jimmy, who's now a late-night talk show host, as comedians named Jimmy are wont to do. The newly crowned king of woke comedy is so distraught by the news, he cancels on his scheduled guest, none other than First Lady Kardashian. Am I the only one disappointed that we didn't get to meet Tom? All of the usual suspects descend upon South Park for Kenny's funeral, including Cartman, whose apparent conversion to Judaism doesn't sit well with Kyle. And can you blame him? He's likely traumatized from all those years of anti-Semitic bullying at Cartman's midden-covered hands. Speaking of Cartman's iconic look, turning his hat into a yarmulke was a stroke of genius. But the more everyone talks about Kenny, who apparently grew up to become a celebrated millionaire scientist, the more it starts to look like his death was no accident. The gang concludes that Kenny must have been killed while investigating the origin of the coronavirus, a mystery which deepens when Stan discovers that his research leads back to Tegrity Farms. Kenny's on-record cause of death is a new strain of the coronavirus called COVID Delta Plus rewards variant, and since one citizen in South Park is revealed to be unvaccinated, way to go, Clyde, everyone is forced to quarantine within the town limits. There's a pretty amazing moment where Clyde explains that he doesn't want to get vaccinated because he's allergic to shellfish, so if someone who makes the vaccines happen to have recently eaten shellfish, it would be bad. It's a general sense of shellfishness, he says. Get it? Stan confronts Randy at the Shady Acres retirement community, but his dad isn't exactly thrilled to see him, as he blames Stan for both Sharon and Shelley's death. Apparently Stan's parents wanted a divorce after the pandemic, and because the farm was a major source of their conflict, Stan decided to burn it down, unaware that Shelley was in the barn. As for Sharon, she couldn't handle her daughter's death, so she shot herself.